Welcome back, everyone. This is Richie Amundsen, a senior project engineer with the Madison Group, here with a Material Minutes video. In this series, we discuss and dissect the polymeric materials utilized to make the products you see every day. Today, we are covering high-density polyethylene, one of the most widely used polymers in the world. We are the Madison Group, and we are your polymer experts. In 2019, the plastics industry produced approximately 359 million tons of thermoplastic materials. High-density polyethylene makes up roughly 15% of that total, which would be over 50 million tons of resin annually. These large volumes speak to the diversity of applications in which this material can be utilized. These applications include industrial piping, wire insulation, chemical storage, various applications in the textile industry, and a large number of consumer goods. Let's take a look under the hood so we can better understand what is driving designers and manufacturers to select this material for a vast portfolio of products. Polyethylene is a semi-crystalline material. This means that the molecules arrange themselves into alternating groups of tightly packed crystalline domains, which have strong intermolecular forces, and more loosely packed amorphous regions, which have higher levels of spacing between the polymer chains. The relative amounts and layout of these two regions of the polymer determines a significant portion of the overall properties. High-density polyethylene has a relatively high degree of crystalline domains when compared to other thermoplastic materials. If we look at a molecular level, we see that polyethylene is comprised of a backbone of carbon-carbon bonds with two hydrogens covalently bonded to the backbone. When the ethane monomer is exposed to, in most cases, a Ziegler-Natta catalyst, it is able to polymerize into long chains. High-density polyethylene forms a linear structure with little to no chain branching. This is what allows HDPE to form a more densely packed structure than its other polyethylene brothers and sisters. The microstructure of HDPE leads to the properties shown here. These properties are from a representative polyethylene grade, but can vary greatly based upon the polymerization parameters and additives within the material. Thus, it is important to consult the datasheet for your specific grade to understand its performance. Remember, though, that properties in polymers are not a single data point, as shown on the datasheet. Instead, polymers have a distribution of properties both above and below the average. Further, part design, usage conditions, manufacturing, and many other factors can increase or decrease these properties. This is true for all the performance-driven parameters. It is especially important to understand that while the datasheet gives a room temperature value for these properties, polymer performance is greatly dependent upon the temperature during use. In high-density polyethylene, we see fluctuations of approximately 50% in typical outdoor climates. These apparent changes in modulus are also true for time under load, which is described as plastic creep and can lead to failures if not considered. To understand why HDPE may be selected for a given application, let's take a look at some of its strengths and weaknesses. The properties that make HDPE an attractive option for end users are its specific stiffness or stiffness to weight ratio, its low moisture absorption due to the nonpolar structure, its comparatively good chemical resistance. Note that it can still be attacked by substances such as hydrocarbons and surfactants, for example. Its ease of processing with limited drying requirements and ability to fill thin-walled parts. Its good low temperature impact due to its very low glass transition temperature. And finally, it is a low-cost plastic material that can be recycled, which can further offset environmental and cost concerns. With all these benefits, the material does suffer from some weaknesses, including relatively high mold shrinkage, which can lead to increased warpage, poor UV resistance, although there are materials that are supplied with robust antioxidant packages to provide an extended outdoor lifetime. As a nonpolar molecule, bonding to HDPE is difficult. And finally, HDPE has a high creep when subjected to continuous loads. When selecting a material, a full review of the properties of each grade is important to ensure the end product performance. However, after this review, it is clear why HDPE is a strong contender for material selection. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to let us know and comment below with any questions or topics that you would like to see covered on the channel. Also, remember to subscribe so you do not miss any of our new content. If you have a specific problem you would like one of our experts to discuss with you, please reach out at the contact information in the description below. See you in the next video.